We're making snow flowers. I am super excited. We need frost or snow flowers and a number or a sentiment. This sounds like a really interesting combination and like a whole lot of fun. This is DEPHEMEREMBER, your daily dose of inspiration for creating junk journal ephemera in December. That is always such a mouthful. As you know, it's a collaboration with Luise Heinzl, and this is Barbara from Vienna, Austria. Mr. Haribo is part of the game. Number 20 is here. More Merry Christmas Haribos. You'd think I was sponsored, right? Nope, can't say that I am. I'm just a gummy-holic, that's all. Now you might think from looking at these that I actually know how to make a snowflower. I had no clue. Haven't made these since I was in school. So what do? You search on YouTube how to make snowflowers. I found a channel called Arts and Crafts, which has 750,000 subscribers. That's just a mind-boggling number. But it gives me hope that so many people are actually still interested in crafts and not just the digital world. It makes me so happy. So anyway, I watched a tutorial, which was a very short video, no talking, of showing you how to make 4 different kinds of snowflakes. I gave up after 3. I thought 3 was fine. So obviously I will link that video for you below, and I will not make all 3 for you, but I will attempt to make 1 of these for you. But I would say just go watch the video, because that's what I did, and look, I managed, so you will manage as well. But just for the fun of it, I will make 1 with you, but I won't make it as a book page. I will use some regular copy paper, because I think that's easiest for you to see, and I will make it bigger than these, because these are quite small, and it'll be hard for you to see what I'm actually doing. So let's make this one together. So as I said, I'm going to use a regular sheet of copy paper, and we need a square to start off with. So we're just folding this triangle, which will of course give us a square. And then we just cut this. This is going to be pretty big, but I think this is really good for you to see. Once we have our triangle, so it's folded up like this, we're going to fold this in half again. So we're making a 90-degree angle, and we open this again, and then we take this corner and we'll fold it right until the middle crease. We'll fold it up like this. And we do the same thing on the other side and fold it exactly here where this crease is, to go up on the other side. And now we're going to make a weird drawing. I'm going to use the help of my ruler just for the first 2 lines, because I realized that that is helpful for me anyway. So I'm going to make one like this and one like this. That just helps me as a guide. Okay, ideally your lines are pretty much to the right and left of this little tip here. And the rest I'm going to do without a ruler, but you can use a ruler if you want this to be very exact. It'll kind of look like a tree. So we'll go like this. Just imagine this is a tree branch. And then we'll draw another one which goes up. So like this and like this. And we do the same thing on the other side. And then we do one more. So I'm trying to keep these parallel, which they're not. I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do this. Like that, and this one gets like a little tip. And we do the same thing on the other side. And then on top here, it gets a tip as well. And this we won't need. Okay, so it looks like this. I know it looks weird, but you'll see it works. Okay, does that make sense? So only this shape stays. I'm so bad at explaining this. So now I'm just going to cut here. Now you can erase all of your pencil lines. Okay, the big reveal. Did we manage? Well, what do you think? Not so bad, huh? It's a cute little snowflower. Not so little. It's a cute snowflower. But it's quite big, as you can see. So it's the same as this one, and this one is just made with a book page. And I've inked up the edges, and I have found out that inking it up is easier when it's folded. So I would fold this back up. And then ink it like this, turn it around, ink it like this, and then fold it another way. So I would then turn it around, ink it, and do that one more time. And that way, then you have all of your folds, all of your edges inked. So that's how I made these. Check out the video to find out how to make 3 more. But now you say, yes, they're pretty and all, but who's got time to make these? Who's got the nerves to deal with this? And I hear ya, which is why I have another freebie for you. So these are photos of these 3. So you can download this. What is today? Today is December 20th. So I'm going to make it available again for a week. So till December 27th, end of day, midnight, Central European time. And you could just cut around the outside and leave the spaces white. And then I thought it would be fun to actually use these on a background. So I have a second freebie for you. How do you like this? So I made some of them smaller, and I put them on this very old paper. And that's your freebie. Again, available from today until December 27th. So I hope that you enjoy those. I think this is such a fun journal page for a wintry journal. So go check out those links. This is again going to be on my Buy Me a Coffee page. So feel free to download them for free, and feel free to donate if you want, but definitely not required. Now, what to do with these? I'm going to make a page for which I'm going to use this beautiful sheet music, and I'm going to just tear it in half. Maybe I'll make this into a pocket. Maybe I'll make this into a flip up. Maybe I will just glue it onto a page. Who knows? So now when we put the stars on here as a background, they disappear a little bit, right? Because similar colors. So we need to do something about that. So I guess it's no surprise that I'm going to start off with some gesso. You can always substitute gesso with white paint if you don't have gesso. And I'm using my spatula. Should have used some thicker gesso. This is very thin. It's all dry, pretty much, I think, except here, but that's okay. And I think I'm going to have the paper horizontally. And now I want to do some stamping. And I've chosen this stamp. I've made this out of linoleum myself by just carving these circles. Very basic. And I'm going to use my jade green. Again, this is more blue than green. No idea why it's called jade green, but I love it. And it's a very wintry color. And I chose the round element because these here are round and I just think that will go together nicely. I'm just going to use my finger tool again. That was hot. Remember these from yesterday? I'm just gonna slap some of this leftover paint on here. So now let's stamp this. I know these are not going to be perfect stamps, but I don't need them to be. Haha. And I will just keep doing that until I'm happy. This one looks even better. I had less paint on it and now it looks more grungy. That's much better than this one actually. All right, once this is dry, I do want to add a little bit more color. So there's a little bit more contrast. And I hope you're not sick of this technique yet, but I'm just really enjoying it. I'm taking my rusty hinge again. And I'm just gonna smoosh some down here on the page. I know it looks like a hot mess. Hopefully it will look better once it's dry. I'm just thinking, I don't think I want it here over this round one, or any of the round ones for that matter. So I will take that off there. So that's just in between, and maybe I'll just dab some of it off. I don't want it to be so dominant there. Yep, and it will fade even more once it's dry. That has all dried. And now I want to try to add my snowflakes, which seem very big. I don't know that this is going to work at all. So if I don't put them on the blue ones, they kind of look weird. I just take a piece like that. That might be okay. And then we can do that here as well. To just use half, or maybe to line up the holes here, that would be okay. And then this one kind of looks big, but I could cut it down. And if it doesn't work, then I just ruined it. I think I need to cut these to be able to imagine what they would look like. And if it doesn't work, yep, then I've ruined my snowflakes. I'm now thinking I shouldn't have made these circles because they are totally restricting where I can put these. Okay, let me try something else. But I have ruined my snowflakes, so I'm not very flexible now anyway with these. Going to add more gesso to not get rid of, but to mute down these circles. I mean, it's fun to have a lot of different layers, right? And we are not giving up. No, no, no. This is dry now, but it's still too, like the round stamps are still too much. So I'm going to attempt to go over it with this stencil with stars. And I'm going to do that with this metallic acrylic paint. I think this is too see-through as well. Oh well, it can be one of our background layers. This has such a weird consistency. See, it's not even actually filling out the stars, but maybe it'll give us a cool effect. This was probably the worst decision of paint for stenciling. Oh wow, I am afraid this is going to look very strange. Not quite what I had imagined. Wow, no, this is horrible actually. Oh my goodness, this is turning into a disaster. Let me take the back side and rub this on. This might even look better. This is just a hot mess. I mean, these are actually quite cute down here, but these on top are just a hot mess. Let's see if we can dab some of it off. Now, of course, you can't tell at all that these were ever meant to be stars. Okay, this will be my fail video. How not to make a mixed media background. It's dry and it does have a beautiful shimmer to it. It would make some really nice collage fodder, but that's not really what I was going for. Actually, you know, this part here is quite cute. This not so much. What to do now? Going to try to put some strips of this washi and maybe some more book page or music sheet in scraps, and then we'll take it from there. Can't really get much worse than this. Do you want to start placing some bets in the comments below? Will she be able to save it or not? I think the chances are pretty much 50-50 at this point. Time for more gesso. If all else fails, either ink or add gesso. If all else fails, I guess I can still use my Freebie background. That could save me. But actually, I think this looks pretty cool now. I actually love how we see bits of those round things peeking out, and also these little stars in the background are kind of cool, and there's lots of layering, so not so bad. Maybe I can still save this. So now I have all these snowflake bits. Can I make them work this time? So we only have one that's like whole. I can go anywhere now. Then we can put these where they were in the corner, that's okay. And this one needs to go on an edge somewhere, maybe up here. Then we have this one. Oh, we could use this as well, why not? Put it down like that, and then we could even use another bit, not here. Ha! I can even use this bit. Ta-da! Everything is glued down. I have inked up the edges with vintage photo. This is quite a nice background now. I'm quite happy with this. But I need to figure out what my focal point will be. I just keep coming back to this book series because the images are just so great. And since I started with these, I think it's nice to keep the same style of images for my journal. One more time, I will show you the ISBN info. So there's two birds in here specifically that I thought might work. One is vertical and one is horizontal. The horizontal one is this one. Very wintry, super cute. I think he would go well here, although the yellow is quite a challenge. And the other one, the vertical image, would be this one. He looks amazing. So then I would turn it like this. Thankfully, it doesn't matter which way I take it. I mean, he looks awesome. So I'm gonna have to cut both out and then make a decision. Let's have a look which one will win. So this would be our little yellow one. Doesn't quite fill the space enough. I would have to do something else with the background to make him work. Then we have this guy. I think that's a very clear decision. I love him. He's awesome. No question about it. Little birdie, you will be the star of another project. Now, according to the prompt, we also need to add a number or a sentiment. So that would obviously be easy. We can easily find sentiments. Maybe you have some. You can easily find numbers in newspapers, in magazines. Maybe you have number stamps. There's a lot of options there. I think I am going to add some postage stamps because they obviously have numbers on them. So let's try that, and let's stick to colors that won't take away from the image. There's a number. So this one's from Cuba. Nicaragua. And I know you can hardly see these, but that's the point. I want them to kind of blend in the background and to be visible when you look for them, or when you look closer, I should say. Maybe we'll take some that show a little bit more. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm not randomly placing them all over the page. I'm always kind of sticking them partly under the image. Oh, this is a really cute one. I think it's Chinese. We have another bird. Do we want another bird? Why not? It's not taking its thunder, so I think it's fine. We have a cute Austrian wooden hut. This is really cute. Next, I'm going to put a clear coat of gesso, no, not gesso, of matte medium over this. And I will explain the reason for that. He's not popping enough yet, so I'm going to again take him off, and this was not the reason for the matte medium. You could use clear gesso as well. This is just to seal everything in, but it will make sense at the next stage. So this is my peacock feather. This is very pigmented. Maybe I'll just drip it on. Ah, that's also a cool effect. Maybe that's all I do. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna do that again. Let's do that again. This is so cute. Discovered something new. I just realized I can't dry this with my heat gun because it distributes it, of course, when I blow dry it. When I dry it like that, I don't want that. I want the spots, and I want them as dark as possible. So I'm going to have to let this dry overnight, unfortunately. Yeah, so you'll see me back here tomorrow morning. See you then. Welcome back. It's the next morning, and look at this yumminess. I'd say it was definitely worth the wait. I just love how intensive these turquoise drops are. And now if we add our bird, look how he pops. So much better. So it's time to glue him on. Again, I'm just using my art glitter glue for this. I'm just remembering, I'm not going to glue him all the way down, meaning I'm just going to glue him down in the middle for now. See if that's possible. I don't want to go to the edges because I'm going to try a technique I haven't used in a while, one that I learned from Luise, which makes so much sense concerning making a shadow around your focal point. So the thing is, if I would glue this down completely now and then edge this with, let's say, a charcoal pencil or something, there would be a tiny white edge between the edge of the paper and where shadow starts. And to prevent that, you need to go under your focal point a little bit. So that's why I didn't want to glue him down 100%. Don't know if that worked now. I think in most places I can still kind of get under him. That's also why I wanted to add the matte medium on top, because I have different papers here. So the charcoal pencil would act differently on each paper. So by adding the matte medium or clear gesso, as I said, would work as well. You have the same kind of surface on top of everything. So hopefully the charcoal pencil will react the same no matter where you put it. That's the theory. I'm going to take my soft carbon sketch pencil and lightly try to go underneath. Let me zoom you in. It's a little bit more work, but I think it will be worth the effort. Let's see if we can blend it with our paper blending stump. Gently, without destroying the paper. You see how there's no white line between the edge of the paper and the black, and that is only possible if you put it under the paper. Such a cool technique. Luise, if you were not on YouTube, we would miss out on so many cool tips and tricks and inspiration. It would be such a tragedy. Okay, now I still see some harsh lines here, so I want to try to get rid of those as well. I'd say this would not have been possible without the matte medium underneath. It would not have turned out so even. Now I'll go ahead and glue down all the edges of my bird. I decided I also want to add a sentiment, and I found this one in my box which says Solitude. This is from my calligraphy sentiments. I will link those for you below as well. I want it here. I did edge that with my black soot distress ink. And I feel like this needs a darker border, so I'm going to go over it with my black soot around the edge. And lastly, we need some more gold. I'm going to take this one from Flying Tiger again. I would love some thicker splatters. As always, I'm going to cover his eye. And I'm going to cover the Solitude. Don't want to make that mistake again. That's it. Let's see what it would look like in Honey's beautiful journal. Maybe on this page. Oh, it's quite big. But yeah, it could be a pocket. Like this, I could put a half circle in here, for example. Let's have a peek at what we have in store for us tomorrow. Wax and a tea bag label. Okay, that sounds fun as well. Hope you join me for that one. Let's figure out together what to do. Get cracking on your ephemera and have fun. That's most important. Just have fun. Thank you so much and hope to see you back here tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.